welcome to another episode of Love Notes. Dear Joe, I came to seek for your advice for my troubled marriage. I'm 29, a married working mother to a lovable 6-month-old baby. My husband and I have been married for almost 3 years now. We went steady for 4 years prior to our marriage. And Joe, like most girls, I thought getting married is one way to fulfill one's dreams. On our first year together, we didn't have any problems on the roles, responsibilities, and financial issues in our marriage. We were happy and excited with this new phase in our lives. And we were very much comfortable with each other. On our second year together, he got an offer to work overseas. He accepted the offer even though I asked him not to go. Money wasn't an issue to me. Joe, what is important is that we both stay together. But soon things had to change because of his plans to go abroad. We had to give up our condo unit to stay with his family. 1 month before his scheduled departure, I found out that I was 5 weeks pregnant with our first baby. We were both so excited. He called off the offer because he didn't want to leave me. Everything went well the first few months that we stayed with his family. We gave our share for the family expenses. But Joe, as days went by, I saw his family's real attitude. I also saw another side of my husband that I haven't seen before. One time he slipped and told me that his mother was really worried about her son's future, because to her it seemed like I was holding too much of her son's money. I was stunned to hear those words, Joe. I was even more hurt by the fact that my husband never bothered to defend me. His family continued to meddle in our lives and was not even concerned that I was then pregnant with their first grandchild. The doctor advised me to take some time off from work because I was having a very delicate pregnancy and that I could endanger my baby's life. Joe, during those times that I was off from work, I tried not to pay attention to my husband's family. I just continued showing them my kindness even though I was hurting inside. My husband, on the other hand, continued to side with his family, something I really couldn't understand. As my due got nearer, Joe, my depression with my husband and his family got deeper too. One day, upon feeling signs that my baby might come out anytime, I told my husband to bring me to the hospital, just as the doctor advised. I was so hurt, Joe, because he didn't believe that I was in pain. Instead, he accused me of faking the pain I was feeling. He even told me that I wasn't concerned of the charges we might have to pay if we found out that the baby isn't due yet. I tried to understand him, Joe, despite the intense pain that I was already feeling. And as it turned out, Joe, I was indeed about to give birth. After giving birth to a beautiful baby boy, I was hoping that maybe this time he will realize my worth. But just as I was about to be discharged from the hospital, he came up to me and told me that he's so mad because his mother told him to tell me that I should go along with his family's ways. I was so hurt, Joe. I cried and cried and told him all of the pains I went through with his family and how he and his family have been treating me. I thought of going away with my baby. I just couldn't bear another emotional pain with them. But my family talked me out of it, Joe. They told me to pray and understand my husband's family for the sake of my baby. I mustered all my courage and talked to my mother-in-law about the way I was being treated in their house. She asked for my understanding and forgiveness, which I gave immediately. Their treatment soon changed, but I was guessing that it was because of their grandchild. But Joe, I had to endure another emotional torture because of my husband's sister. Whenever she'd see me around the house, even if I was with my baby, she would bang doors and throw little pieces of things just to let me feel how much she disliked me. And to add up to that, during our first few days after I gave birth, My husband never showed any concern for my recovery. I endured all those things because I wanted to do his family a favor. For 5 months, Joe, I tolerated all those things. But a turning point for me came before New Year of 2007, when he asked me to leave with my baby and that he doesn't want to see us inside their house anymore. His anger was probably rooted from a gift I gave to him that he wants to give to his dad. Because I told him he doesn't know how to appreciate things, he got really mad. He accused me of being selfish, Joe. I packed my things and ran to my sister. It was the lowest point of my life. Joe, my baby was suffering from cough and colds for over a week, and my husband was nowhere in sight. I feared the worst for my baby until my family came to my rescue. We brought him to the hospital, and I have to thank God for my very supportive family. If it weren't for them, I would have lost my baby. They never meddled with my marital problem, Joe, but they showed their utmost support for me and my baby. When my husband realized that we weren't coming back, he called me up and asked for my forgiveness. I really didn't know what to do then, but my mom and dad made me realize that I should decide for my baby's sake, and that I should learn to forgive and go back to their house with the arrangement that we will be managing our own daily needs and activities. I saw the changes in him, Joe, but why are my fears and apprehensions still present? Slowly, I'm drifting apart from him, and I know he notices it too. I don't mind anymore if he comes home late, and I have been keeping a good distance between me and his family. Joe, I think I've held on long enough. Whenever I try to look back at what I went through, I still couldn't believe that I have endured all those things just to save our marriage. Sometimes I find myself wondering if I did the right thing. Can you help me clear my mind, Joe? More power and God bless you in your program Love Notes. Sincerely yours, Shanice.
Invisible war, seems we're waging an invisible war. Strained maneuvers keeping silent score. In this invisible war, every day I seem to lose you more. Both wishing that it was like before. Invisible war. Talk about a fine line between love.
Shanice, the greatest challenge to marriage is in being able to stay committed, not just to the vow that we made, but to the person we made the vow with. Living with in-laws can be very stressful and demanding. It can easily create a delicate situation that can push over even the most patient and enduring spouses. In most instances, where financial restraints leave couples with no other choice, living with demanding in-laws become a daily struggle to maintain harmony in a very volatile environment. A husband should not feed the fire of disunity by being biased to his family. He should give sincere support to his wife and make his own family his priority. If at all possible, it would be in the best interest of everyone if couples could strive to start their new lives apart from the eyes, ears, and reach of their own families. Shanice, most parents have the best interests for their children and their families. It is just that sometimes they forget that marriage is a time for their children to be independent and be on their own. That marriage is a time to let go. Most families learn it the hard way, though. Wounded egos take quite some time to heal. They sometimes leave scars that never go away. But it is good that your husband's mom finally realized the limits of her role in her son's new life. Shanice, all of us would wish for a life that is free from stress. But the moment we walk down the aisle in marriage, we accept not only our spouses, but everything that they are, past, present, and future, families included. It is a fact of life that we simply cannot change. I have always said time and again that marriage is not just a commitment. It is a decision that we have to live every day of our lives, no matter how difficult it may seem. Do not let your love for your husband die just because he and his family hurt you in the past. You chose to marry him, and it is but right for you to love him with all your heart. Give him a chance to correct the past and prove his worth as a husband. Forgive him and his family for hurting you, and you will realize that the true essence of marriage is not in choosing to leave, but in choosing to love, even when there seems to be no reason to love anymore. It is not in turning our backs to look for the right person, but in making the person we are with the right one for us. It is not in leaving because there is little love, but it is in loving, even if leaving seems to be the right thing to do. Shanice, thank you so much for writing, and I hope that you will find forgiveness and acceptance in your heart and give your family the chance it deserves to be happy. God bless you, Shanice, and I wish you well.